This is the theme of Setback and Misery, the air kiss as a chore, select frames. And this is where she throws him a kiss and then he catches it in the air. And so this is the first time she's called him, I have faith in you, my darling. And so this is where she's starting to act like a wife even more. Because if he's supposed to be your patient, how is he now your darling? And so again, she has completely changed, switched her position, switched roles, switched her argument, that she's no longer going to be the nurse. This is her opportunity to do something else beyond being a nurse. She doesn't care if he has fully recovered. It doesn't matter anymore. Whether his legs get better, whether his arms get better, whether his pain subsides, it doesn't matter anymore. All that matters is that he needs to write this book, and she's going to make sure he does it by any means necessary. So he catches it in the air. So now he's a participant. You know, if a person, once you kind of participate with them, they believe you. And it's sort of hard not to, because if you don't catch the kiss, the little air kiss, what might she do? And you're sitting up here vulnerable in the bed. You have no other choice but to catch the kiss. And so sometimes in Setback, you have no other choice but to take certain things, you know, because of the way the situation is. I had to stay in a shelter at a time, and you know, in shelters they give you chores, and we went to bed at a certain time, maybe 9 or 10, and then we had to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and then each of us had different chores. And I was trying to make money through freelancing because I couldn't find work, and I didn't have a computer anymore because I had to pawn it. And then I found a college. I hadn't returned to my college yet to teach, but I found a college, a university out here, Southern Methodist University, and I was able to go there and use their computers, the ones that they had for the public. The problem was that you had to get there very early. I mean, extremely early. So they had breakfast at the shelter, and then before you left, you had to do some kind of chore, whatever your assigned day was, sweeping or something like that, where you had to do it while everybody left, and everybody didn't get to leave until somewhere around 8 or 9. Well, I needed to be on the bus and the train by 6 a.m. in the morning in order for me to get to that college by a certain time so that I could be the first one to get one of the computers. Because and there were only about six computers, I think, out of the many that were in the computer lab that were dedicated to the public, for the outside public. If you weren't a student of that university, you couldn't use all of the other computers. And so, but it's something that I had to take, because if I didn't do the chore, I could have been kicked out of the shelter. And so I didn't mind the chore itself, because I don't mind cleaning or something like that. I didn't mind the chore itself. I minded the time, because I had to get out and be out at a certain time in order to get to another place. And where I was, it was so far that it would have kept me from doing that, and because I had to try to make some freelancing money, and that's what I was doing. So sometimes when you are in setback, you know, I can think of any other type of setback, having to move in with a family member and having to deal with their sort of temperament, their inconsistencies in their behavior, and just, you know, different things of having to deal with them. That's an air kiss that you have to take, because you are under their rule, you are under their house, you are under their context, you are under their environment, and whatever they say goes, even if it's unreasonable. The shelter was not unreasonable. When you have to live with somebody and they require you to do something, it's really not unreasonable. But sometimes the attitudes they give, the little provoking games they do, to try to get a rise out of you, right? Because they really don't want to help you, and they think you should already be well enough in a week after losing your job. That's the air kiss you have to take while you're in setback, because it makes all the difference in the world between you taking that and working it out and holding your peace and not wearing out your welcome um, and doing what you need to do, or being kicked out and staying in perpetual setback. So it's like the air kiss you have to take, because what in the world is he going to do if he doesn't return the air kiss? She could do something to him, and he doesn't know what that is. She keeps him in the dark until it's time for her to act out and provoke the situation. So I don't think you should engage in that way, because it gives the person false hope. Annie is now in a position of trying to be his wife, and so because she wants that as a reward for helping him. Remember how she acted about the paper. I do this for you, I clean you, I cook for one. You better show me some appreciation around here. So now she has escalated that statement to, now you better throw me an air kiss, because I do all these things. I came back with the paper, so I want the reward. I want the reward of being your wife, even if it's just a fake wife, right? Because who calls somebody their darling? Nobody but a romantic relationship partner. And so it's getting very dangerous now, because once you move the relationship, and it wasn't even a relationship, it was relational, nurse to patient. Once you move it from relational and professional into relationship, there are different types of demands that you put on a relationship that could be dangerous if you don't continually adhere to it. So he has to catch the air kiss. All right, like, subscribe, and visit. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for more discussions. You can visit my YouTube channel for further film analysis. It's Favors Film Analysis as the title of the channel. You can always send me an email and ask me a question, reginayfavors@yahoo.com. My Overcoming Setback 5 Keys for Entering and Exiting Correction book will become available around October 2021. I'm still doing some editing. The book does not focus on film analyses, but I use the content that I created for the book to support my my perceptions of setback used as a theme in select films. So when the book becomes available, I will send out a notification, video, audio. Thank you very much for visiting the channel.